Hello everyone, today we have a 2003 Honda Odyssey minivan. I am the second owner of this vehicle. I purchased this vehicle in 2005 with 9,000 miles on it, and I've owned it ever since. This has been a family vacation vehicle, rear the children type vehicle, take the kids to practice, etc. And we are a multi-car family, so it was not really in the early stages. It was a primary daily driver, but as time went on and we got other vehicles, it became a secondary vehicle. The leather's in good shape for the most part. Might have a few markings on it, but no rips or tears. And the driver's seat, of course, is more worn than the others, but no rips or tears in it. A little polish and conditioner will spruce it right up. This is the rear area. This is with the seats in, of course. And of course, it's a lived-in vehicle. We've been to the Grand Canyon in it. We've been to Florida many times. We had the biggest problem we've had with the vehicle has been the paint. This blue paint color apparently did not perform well. I've seen other Honda Odyssey vehicles that were blue that had a similar paint failures. So we have had issues with the paint flaking off, and we have had the vehicle painted about 5 or 6 years ago, and it needs to be painted again. Now that's a DVD player that we used and haven't used it in a long time, since tablets and cell phones came out. Of course, it does have rear air conditioning. Okay. And of course, the floor mats have been taken out, so you can see the carpeting as it is. I did have to replace that ignition switch because it failed and it was not a perfect fit. There you've got this 12-volt charger. Works, but it's loose. All right, and under here there's a storage compartment under the seat there. Just some things pertaining to the vehicle there under that seat. I change the oil every 5,000 miles, and I change the transmission fluid every 50,000 miles. I think the vehicle has 146,000 miles on it right now, so it's got there's a missing Odyssey emblem there, and there's a hole in the back bumper. Again, exterior average, fair to average on the exterior. Needs a paint job. This vehicle could use another paint job that will last. You know, we just got the economy paint job last time. It's just not a base coat, clear coat, just a regular gloss enamel, urethane enamel, and it lasted about 5 to 7 years, but it's ready for another one. I think we paid $600 at the time to paint it. It might cost $1,000 today. All right, now let's crank this engine up.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Los Angeles, Barclays Coffee, and
you?
So I'm loving all the coffee and ice cream. These people know me. San Diego, Foster's.
Don't know
Oh my goodness, more ice
what I
cream.
paused to do there for a moment, but here we go. Cranking her up now. She fires right up. That's the one thing about this Honda, and we've had several Honda Acuras.
Again, they're all free.
They're very
and
reliable.
we cannot
Cranks
wait
right
to
up,
see
drives,
going like
transmission
that. I didn't
runs
even
smoothly.
The good news
I
is
did
the
add a
last
radio,
stop on the Caleb
aftermarket
University
radio,
tour
and
is
there
gonna
it
be
is.
in your hometown.
It has
So
Bluetooth
targets themselves, which
functionality, and I
means
think
if
it
you have to
will
roll up your sleeves and
provide
do a lot of work
wired
and get your friends to go to caleb.com
CarPlay,
and start
Apple CarPlay, and
Yeah,
Android
Pittsburgh is really going
Android
full out
Auto,
trying to win, but it's
provided
not-
that the software versions of the phone and the radio are compatible. It does have Bluetooth capabilities, and of course that rear view camera I also installed. Now, the catalytic converter has been stolen out of this vehicle, and so I apologize, I'm doing a voiceover right now, but I'm fixing to show you a running engine that you're not going to be able to hear, but it's not missing. It does have a check engine light on it, and that's because the catalytic converter was stolen. This is in the Memphis, Tennessee market, and it cost about $600 to put in a new catalytic converter. That's a brand new battery I just put in there for the new owner. Okay. And as you can see, I did not clean up this engine compartment. I don't do that. I want you to see what it is. Again, I keep an eye on the fluids and do all the oil changes myself. I clean the brakes myself. Oh, we did replace the master brake pump and all that about 20,000 miles ago. Ain't no oil leaks in this vehicle, and as you can see, the oil's good color because I just changed it about 1,500 miles ago. So it's got about 146 miles on it right now. It changed. So I changed it at 145. Sorry, I'm focused on putting the dipstick back. Alright, so again, solid mechanically. The lower motor mount feels a little squishy when putting the car in gear, so you might look at that. We gave it the major tune-up at 100,000 miles, the ignition tune-up, changed the timing belt, all that. However, that might have been several years ago, so you might want to inspect the timing belt. Again, the paint's not perfect. If I were buying the vehicle, I would inspect the timing belt, just make sure there's no dry rotting going on. But it was changed at 100,000 miles, along with the other major tune-up, including changing the motor mounts at that time as well. We dropped about $1,000 in labor doing that, plus parts. That's the way these Hondas are set up. They have major tune-ups every 100,000 miles. As you can see, that's the paint failing. Okay, and so it could use a paint job. The other roof's holding up pretty well. There's that rear view camera right there next to the brake light that I installed. Little paint failure there. Okay, so cosmetically, exteriors just average. Your tires have halfway decent tread on them, but they're old. Again, this has been a secondary vehicle for the past 8 years or so, and maybe even 10 years. It's more or less been just a secondary vehicle. As the kids are all grown up and moved out, and my wife and I have our primary daily drivers, and this hasn't been a daily driver for a long time. And so we've got too many vehicles, so it's time for this van to serve another family. But this thing's just broke in. It'll go another 150. Just keep changing that oil every 5,000 miles, and change that transmission fluid every 50. That's a cover, the covers on the luggage rack, and there was a little fender bender in this area. You can see that gap isn't perfect right there. Okay, and again, the paint. See all little chips on the paint or specks or whatever that's on there. It's not gonna clean off. Okay, needs a paint job. I mean, it's presentable in public, but it would look beautiful if it had a paint job. Look like a new van with a paint job. Okay. But as far as reliability, this vehicle will serve your family. It'll crank right up, get your family there. That's a little ding and maybe even a little rust right there. So again, with me, this is why I do these videos when I'm selling a vehicle, so that I can disclose.